Hello fellow dragons, back again. So, part 9, step 7. We've just done the step 6, which is the toe kick. So we've come from our golden roosters, we're coming up 1, toe kick, turn, step down around, coming up, open, toe kick. And our next posture is the classic ward off. To get to it from here, we've done our toe kick, so we're up. We bring the toe down, so the right toe comes down, so it's roughly in line with the heel. Now, we're going to be making a turn to face the end wall that way. The problem that you've got is that your left foot is 45 degrees, which means as you turn and step, you now have a really wide kind of opening here, which can be very uncomfortable and very difficult. And it can make you sort of like want to cheat and sort of throw yourself in. So what you can do is, as your toe comes down, you can do a little sort of shimmy and bring the foot in so it's pointing straight in front of you. Now, this is something that over time you kind of get yourself more into the habit of sort of sinking in, turning through, and then you come round, turning in and up. So you have this inverse walk shape with the hips, if you like, as you come through. So you step, comes down, you turn, step, toe, rolling in. So you're taking the pressure off your hip as you sit down into your right leg, and then as you turn the toe in, the hip kind of drops down and your weight comes 70-30, 70 on the front leg, which is the right leg, 30 on the back leg, and you kind of come up a little bit as you come out of the inverse walk shape. Now, to start with, as I said, you can cheat a little bit. So as the toe comes down, just give yourself a little bit of a shimmy and then turn, so it makes it less of a stretch across the hips. That's for beginners, okay, so you can get the shape of the movement. Once you've got the shape of the movement, you really want to be practicing coming in here. So you're sitting into the hip lower, turning in, step, roll, turn, so you get that kind of through. Now, there is a temptation because of the position of the hip to come in, turn, roll, and then come up over and down. Okay, but we want to try and get it so that you're coming round through. So you're sitting into this hip, then really sinking in low, coming through and turning through. So you get that kind of emotion there with the hip round. Okay, now that's quite an exaggeration. They are exaggerated for beginning purposes so that you can start getting the shapes and the mechanics correct. Okay, the difficulty there now is that there is a tendency to sort of, okay, so I'm doing this, and then you end up coming too far over this knee there as you're turning in. So you need to be, again, making sure you have your principles of sitting in here, turning, place, toe, roll. Okay, and then as you turn in the back toe that way, it's that brings it. And again, I'm disconnecting it in order to show you the different steps, but you want to try and get it so it's a fluid motion, and you're sitting down in your right knee. Not right knee, sorry, right leg. Sitting down on your right leg. So, from the toe kick here, the foot movement is the foot comes down, so it's just resting. It's not actually touching the ground, but just resting next to the middle of the heel. And then you're sitting more into your left hip, so you're sitting yourself down. Watch your knees. Don't try and push the knee too far over the toe. It's a sitting down motion, not a pushing forward motion with the knee. Sitting down and turning, so you're turning, step, toe, and then again sinking into the right leg, turning in the back toe as you bring your hips round and up, squaring the hips to the end wall. So the movement we're going to go into is pung, or ward off, and it's ward off on the right hand side. Okay, now what we're going to be doing is a series of movements that you'll find in all Yang style forms, known as grasp the sparrow's tail. So it's a series of the 4 cardinal gaits: pung, lu, ji, an, ward off, roll back, press, push. Yeah. Yes, don't go too far down that rabbit hole at the moment. Just concentrate on getting the movement correct. So we're coming in, we've done our toe kick. Our foot is coming down by the heel, and you're dropping your right hand down, the left hand is coming over the top, so you're holding a ball in your centre. Sitting into your left hip as best you can, you turn, right heel goes down, right toe goes down, sinking in to your right hip, and then as you turn in the back toe, squaring the hips, the right hand comes up, left hand crosses across right wrist, and you ward off. So the ward off posture itself, shoulder width stance, hips square, front toe is pointing straight at the front wall, and you have your toe, knee and elbow in line. The wrist is higher up and further out from the body than the elbow. The hand is relaxed, open, so you're opening the palm of the hand up so that the fingers spread, but you're not pushing your fingers apart. You're just allowing the metatarsals are in the feet, sorry, the finger bones to spread, okay, to open up the palm, and the palm is facing towards you. Now the left hand, the fingertips cross across the wrist, and they can either end up here, which is traditional yang, or here, which is a traditional form of yang, or they can end up here, which is the newer version. Okay, so I was always taught to come into that, so I tend to do that one, although here is correct. Okay, so you can do them either way, it depends what you're comfortable with. So you've done your toe kick, come through, toe kick, stepping down. The hands drop into the ball, then sinking into your left hip, turn, step, toe, roll, turn in the back toe as you open up, ward off. Toe, knee, elbow, wrist is higher up, further out, palm facing you, the other hand is down by the waist. Relaxing the shoulders, watching where your weight is. You don't want to be leaning forward over the toe and the knee, because that puts too much pressure here, unless you're in a long stance, in which case you want to be a bit more upright, like so. It's here, shoulder width, sitting down, tailbone dropped, chin tucked in, head suspended, palm, ward off. Okay, a couple more times. So, sitting down on the left leg, coming up, toe kick, drop the toe down as you come into whole ball. So that happens together really. So here, boom, and as the toe drops, you come into whole ball. But be careful, because there's this tendency with this shoulder to want to throw it forward, and then you end up sort of throwing yourself off balance. So from here, the arms extend, then they come back, and they drop into the ball, then turn, step, toe, roll, square the hips and ward off. Again. Toe, step, turn, round, ward off. So this is quite a tricky little step, this one, because of where your foot is here and because all your weight is on one leg. Although you've done this before, you're coming from the toe kick, so the foot is more out to the corner. So as you come down and you turn, there is a tendency to sort of fall into the hole and drop forward, which is why you need to be sat down into the left hip there. So as you turn, step, again, make sure you're not leaning back. So the foot goes down, toe goes down, roll in and square, ward off. So you're opening up through the body as you ward off. Okay. Do it from this way. So toe kick, kick, down, turn, step, roll, ward off. One more time. Coming up, toe kick, step down with the left toe, dropping the hands to hold ball in centre. Left hand is up, right hand down. Turn the waist, stepping out on the right heel, right toe goes down, roll into the right hip, turn in the back toe as you square the hips, right hand comes up, left fingertips cross across right wrist, and ward off. Make sure you have your shoulder width. Right toe knee, elbow in line, right wrist is higher up and further out than the elbow, and the left hand is palm down by the waist. Or it can be up here by the hand if you wish. Okay? And relax. So have a practice with that, and then you can put it into the actual form, coming in through the golden roosters, round, golden roosters, step through, toe kick, step through, toe kick, stepping down, turn, through, ward off. While you're standing in ward off, just take a moment to sort of breathe, take a couple of breaths, relax yourself down through the legs, open up the lower spine, open up the spine itself and relax the shoulders. Okay. Now one of the best ways to get any posture in Tai Chi is to hold it. And what you're looking for is the equilibrium. You're looking for the balance, the harmony, so that the body feels balanced, comfortable. You don't feel like you're leaning forward or back. You're just comfortable and you can rest in stance. And relax. So you come in, open, toe kick, step down, turn, step, roll. And then the right hand comes up, left fingertips cross across right wrist, ward off. So that is posture 1, or part 1 of grass sparrow's tail, posture 7. Yeah, posture 7 within the form. There are 3 other movements within grass sparrow's tail, and unlike the format of the other lessons in this program, where you come round and you do it on both sides, we actually go through the whole of grass sparrow's tail first, coming through, round, back, 1, before we then turn and do it the other way round. Okay, so before we get into that, we're just going to go through grass sparrow's tail on the right hand side. We will be reversing it, coming back round, and we'll do that as another step later on once we've done grass sparrow's tail in its entirety. That's it for today's lesson. Have fun, practice, practice, practice. See you in the next one.